she saw a body out in a field on her way home, not far from here.
That's not where I left it. I mean,
And now, Cheese Wits.
you know, I just opened Facebook and saw that you set your calculator this morning instead of your alarm clock. So I actually was wondering if you were going to make it today.
Oh, yes. I've been moving shit to a storage unit all day long.
Good for you. I'm not jealous.
No, it's not. It's not good for me. It's a bunch of bullshit is what it is. But I'm doing it.
How do y'all?
Hello.
How do you?
My sexy voice.
Is that what you call that?
Is that what that was?
Yeah, it's never really been that successful.
Can't imagine why.
No.
I was just talking to a guy in person from Alabama who's moved up here north. Moved up north. And he like complete Alabama, dirty Alabama, just with the real thick Alabama accent, had his Trump cap on. I had the best conversation with him.
Well, you are in Trump country up there.
He was there is quite a bit of Trump country around me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are correct.
Yep, I know it.
But what a pleasant guy. His hat didn't mean shit.
Or maybe it did mean shit.
Possibly correct.
Possibly.
Hey, I figured out how to turn off. I just turned off all notifications on my phone.
Oh, good. How is Gail?
I won't get any stuff. And have you guys ever heard of this? So I've had the same
shit
auto insurance. No, this isn't bad.
Okay. Have you heard of this Peggy from Microsoft? Listen, that's what I was waiting for.
No. So we've always carried auto glass coverage on our auto insurance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
At the same company, the deductible's always been the same, $200. And it's time for renewal. And I'm talking to the girl on the other end. And she says, "Oh, your auto glass renewal deductible is $1,000. I said, $1,000? I didn't even know a windshield cost $1,000. I've never heard of such a fucking thing.
Safe Light Replace. That's what you use.
The fucking Safe Light is the worst too.
Oh, they're great, man. They came out. God, must have been within 7 days last time of me breaking my window. And it only took them about 6 hours. It was a wonderful experience.
I think that's who did mine, and it was fine.
My experience with them was it took them 3 weeks to get out here.
Oh, my.
And after they put the wrong windshield in, it took them another 3 weeks to come out and replace the leaking windshield. Well, the wrong windshield with the right windshield. Then another 3 weeks to come out and fix the leak that was in the windshield because they didn't glue it correctly. So it took approximately 3 months to get the windshield replaced. It didn't cost me any money. So I don't like not having a person. I don't like all this. You talk to somebody who's in fucking Cambodia about your fucking insurance and they can't understand you to save your life. And I can't understand them. And then I end up with $1,000 deductible for some reason. Although I've had one for 30 years at $200 or whatever it was. Fuck these guys. Fuck these guys and not servicing accounts. I hate it.
I've never not spoken to a person in America when I've talked to my insurance.
Oh, fuck no. I get call centers all the time. All the time.
I think I get call centers if I call the 800 number or whatever, but we
don't have an office here anymore.
But they're local call centers. They're like U.S. call centers.
We don't have a local office in Maine any longer. It used to be 2 towns over. It used to be I could drive to it in 25 minutes. Gone. They closed it down.
What insurance do you have?
Liberty Mutual. It's a good insurance company.
Oh, it's a great insurance company. $1,000 you're paying for that fucking email. That's what you're paying for.
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing. Now when you call them, I think they call it Assurian, and they ask you, which insurance company are you calling about?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Assurian, they're the people that like insure cell phones and shit.
Yeah.
And everything else, apparently. because you have to get
every
the right.
time I've bought a warranty for any electronic anything, it's been through Assurian.
Mm-hmm.
Where did he go?
Oh, I had to get rid of the cat.
Speaking of old people, I'm sending you guys a picture in Facebook Messenger.
Is it anybody I know?
Yes.
Was it an old picture of me?
Yeah, you know what? I see that. And when I see that, I realize, thank God I'm still younger than fucking Wilford Brimley. But there's no way Flo is 39. That's just not possible. Not possible.
What I sent for our listener, what I sent was a meme that says, when you become officially older than the folks you watched on TV, and it shows the ages that these people were supposed to be. Alice was 43. Come on. Alice on the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, there's no chance.
Edith Bunker was only 44. Come on. This is why we thought people who were 40 and 50 were fucking old, because they look like my grandparents at my age now.
And there's no way Archie Bunker was 48.
No.
You know what, though?
And
Sanford
was not 48. Come on.
You know what? Hold on. Carol O'Connor was born in 24, 34, 44, 54, 64. The show started in 70, 71. So, yeah, he was 48. Kiss my dick.
Oh. I think I'm going to pass on that.
Were we just living harder in the 70s? Because there's no, first of all, at 48, for somebody to be going, oh, I'm coming, Elizabeth. Oh, my heart. 48, come on.
Well, now we need to see that. I got to look at that one. REDDFOXX, Red Fox, 32, 42, 52, 62, 72. In 1972, he would have been 50. So what year did Sanford and Son start? 74?
I don't know.
Rue McClanahan looks pretty good at 51.
Oh, I'd bang that.
She's looking pretty good.
Sanford and Son started in 72, so this thing is not correct.
No.
And there's no way Gene Stapleton was 44. Okay, there's just it's not. No.
But these are all pictures of people from the 70s, right?
Right, but looking at them at the ages it says they are, and looking at us at the ages
Polly's
we say
name?
we are.
It's a Polly Holiday.
Polly Holiday, that's it. She looks the oldest of them all. She's the youngest.
Supposedly.
And she looks, but I guess that's the thing. Did they try to make him look grizzled and all? Because Steve Martin has looked fucking 70 since he was 30.
That's because he went gray young.
Hey, my friend, I know you don't know Brian Sansoni, Jess, but he worked in the group at one point. He's now the Senior Vice President of Communications, Outreach, and Membership at the American Cleaning Institute in Washington, D.C. He did the Good Day D.C. show this morning.
Who did?
My bud, Brian Sansoni.
Oh.
Back to school cleaning tips on Fox 5. Good Day D.C.
Yeah, I don't watch that channel. That's the one ex-wife number one used to be on. But I started watching it actually when she went to Channel 7. I really don't turn on the TV in the morning. I think it's PTSD from being married.
You've had enough.
Same.
Yeah, basically.
I cannot do it. Oh, get this. So my lovely daughter, I don't know, I think it was 8 weeks ago or something, called the sheriff because she saw a body out in a field on her way home, not far from here.
That's not where I left it. I mean, go ahead.
And so we don't know whatever happened. The police went to look for it. She thought it was this guy who we call Drunk Dan.
Drunk Dan.
He's it's a country neighborhood, right? So he lives 3 miles away. So he's from the neighborhood, Drunk Dan. 2 days ago, near the sort of wannabe Hells Angels bike club, motorcycle club. They're not really Hells Angels, but they're just a motorcycle club. She sees a body out in the field near their place, calls the sheriff. They come away. They think they see clothes left in the field. Dead body.
She's going to be on Dateline.
Well, I figured. So I'm not sure that he was dead, though, because I'm telling you, I think they probably would have called you to try to get more information since the body was found out in a field near a motorcycle club.
Like, why do you keep finding dead bodies, ma'am?
Yeah. Yeah. What is your connection with the motorcycle club?
Mm-hmm.
What's going?
What are you spending so much time out in fields for? Huh?
She's a very observant driver.
Mm.
She's always looking about. Always.
Is she looking for dead bodies? Like, is this a career choice or?
I don't know. But I think now you see a couple dead bodies and you think, maybe I've got to be on the lookout. At my wife's work, dead body behind her building.
What is going on with your family, Wally?
3 months ago. And then about 6 months ago, dead body across from her work. Homeless people.
Chris, are you noticing the common denominator?
Dead bodies.
With all of these
women.
dead bodies?
Yes, I am. And I am beginning to feel uncomfortable.
Well,
Me too.
No, you know what it is? It's all those Lifetime shows they watch.
Mm-hmm.
They watch the Lifetime, and then next thing you know, they've come up with some new way. No, it's just a lot of homeless people dying just because of the heat, I think.
Mm.
And they're just, I don't know if they're homeless people or not. They're just, but they are.
But yet they are all
indigent.
seeking out locations where your relatives are going to find them before they go ahead and pass away.
They know a bleeding heart liberal when they see one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Although my wife could give a shit. My wife is not a bleeding heart liberal. My wife is a fuck them. And I think it's because she works with people every day who are just fuck them kind of people.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, fuck you coming in here like that. She just deals with a lot of ding dongs. I think she deals with a lot of ding dongs. She says they're just people who need some help. Yeah, that's it.
So
That's all.
They're talking about adding some. They're not calling them toll roads, but they're talking about adding. They're not calling them toll lanes. They're talking about adding toll lanes though around here, because whoever built the highway system through Nashville had the brilliant idea to make 3 major highways converge in one place.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So traffic, rush hour is a fucking nightmare. Like when I used to have to drive home from, work downtown every day, it would take me an hour to an hour and a half to drive 12 miles. And so I-24 is the worst of the 3. The 3 major highways are I-40, I-65, and I-24. And I-24 is a parking lot pretty much any time of the day. And so they're calling them choice lanes, and they're going to add them into the middle, between the north, well, it's east and west, but it goes north and south really. And people are losing their minds. We paid taxes to build those highways and maintain those highways, and now they're going to try to make us pay to use the lanes and blah, 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 blah. It's basically just toll lanes. People are so upset.
Well, so are you saying there are some lanes you have to pay to use and others you don't?
Yeah, they have it. They have this. I noticed this in Dallas when I was in Texas a couple of months ago. And they don't exist yet, but it's basically there would be an exit that you could take to get on these lanes that you pay to use that would get you past all of the traffic on the regular lanes.
Yeah, well, they have those here. They're called the Lexus lanes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And I use them all the time in my Hyundai.
They're kind of like the commuter lanes, except that you have to pay and you don't have to have more than one person in your car.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have no such thing here. We just have the whole road is a toll road.
No, this would be, it would be like a separate, I mean, it's basically you would take an exit to get onto the toll lanes, and then you take those to wherever you need to be and then zip back on when you need to get off. on your.
Oh, this sounds like white privilege. Yeah.
What?
It's white privilege. Of course it is.
What?
I don't know what it is. So if you can afford to pay to get somewhere quicker, you can pay, or you can just be like the rest of the schlubs and get on the free road.
I would also assume it's not going to be like $5. You know, I don't even think it's going to be. I would assume it's not going to be very expensive. I think in Dallas it was like $1 or $2, because I know that you remember me talking about how we spent like $6 in tolls total, and then they charged us $26 or $31 or something, the rental car place, because that was the convenience of using the tolls, I guess.
Oh.
But the $6 was we drove on toll roads in several different places, just sort of by accident. We just ended up there because we were in the left lane and suddenly it was a toll road, a toll lane.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here it's a toll road. That's it. Mm-hmm. There's. I mean,
well, it's a toll road. Yeah. It's but it's not necessarily. You know, you don't have to take that road though. So it's really
right.
It's a toll by option lane.
Yeah, that's why they call it choice lanes.
Oh yeah, no. Here the toll road 95 is a toll road. It's 95 and it costs money.
And, well, the Beltway lanes.
Yep.
In Virginia, they have this dynamic pricing thing. So if there's not a lot of people in it, price is low. The more people that get in there, or if let's say the Beltway is closed, but that one lane is still open because it's got a barrier over there. It's been as high as $48 to go from one side to the other.
Jesus.
Oh my God. I think of all the places I've driven so far, Maryland has some fucking outrageous costs to drive their toll roads. The Maryland prices that I paid.
Maryland has gotten better though. They've gotten better if you live here. If you've got the Maryland
I don't remember
Easy Pass.
The only time I ever got on toll roads, I never did on the Beltway. What's that one? That new one that they built when I was still living there?
Oh yeah, the ICC. I remember.
Yep.
Remember years ago.
That one wasn't expensive, I don't think.
Well, it was like $3 end to end, maybe $4 during rush hour.
Yeah.
But the best part about that road is my father. You know, I remember being. I don't know, 5 years old, and pointing at a sign and said, "Daddy, what is the inter-county connector?" And he said, "It's some stupid road, never would be built in my lifetime." Well,
and then it was.
He's beaten that by 15 years so far.
Yeah.
No, I think I paid. I think I paid $6. Is there a bridge when you're going from DC? Over into Maryland, there's a bridge crossing. I think it was.
There's two different bridges, but you don't have to pay to go Maryland to Virginia.
There's one that was like $6. I think the toll was. Maybe it wasn't a bridge. Maybe it just feels like a bridge. But I remember it was a lot more than I was used to, because here it was like 75 cents at that time. That cost now is $2.25 at the same toll I'm talking about here.
Most tolls I ever paid was when I drove up to New York from Maryland to see my sister.
Scroggs Neck.
And I think I spent like $60 in tolls just for two bridges.
Yeah, I think like the GW.
Yep.
Is I think it's like, I don't know what it is, $25 or so. They're ridiculous prices.
Yeah.
They're crazy. How much they rake in so much money, and there's no way they're putting all that money into fixing and making those bridges nice.
Obviously,
no, not at all.
The road is nowhere near what they must collect enough money every day to repave the fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, they're just horrible. Here, the town came by, and you know how in the rural areas they'll mow between the road and your property. You know, they'll mow the gully or the ditch. Mm-hmm. So they did that, and on our community page, you go, "Oh, what a great job the town guys did!" The fuck you talking? What a great, do you pay taxes? Do you understand you pay them to do this? You should be pissed that it took them all fucking summer to get out there and actually do the fucking job.
Like, why did it get tall enough you could lose a child?
You're fucking right, Jess. It was 4 feet tall, all the shrubs, and it starts growing trees. So all the pine cones that have fallen over the winter and shit. You start seeing there's fucking trees growing out of there now. So then they have to come by with the fucking backhoe and scrape them out. The town, they're doing such a great job. Well, the town didn't do it. They farm it out. They pay somebody else to do it. And you fucking pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck are you talking about? It's like they do it for free. Like you're not paying anything for people. Fucking, they don't understand how much it actually costs to do shit in life.
All right.
And that you're paying for shit.
I saw there were 2 community group posts that I actually made note of to share with you guys.
And now what does your community group cover? Just the town you live in?
Yeah, I mean, Nashville is sort of grouped by neighborhoods,
right? And
our neighborhood, it's pretty big. It has its own zip code, but it's still part of Nashville.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the first one I saw, and this was actually not the neighborhood; it was actually an all Nashville missing dog group. And so if you find a dog and you're trying to find the owner, you post it in this group, right?
Right.
Somebody lost their dog and posted that they were offering a reward of $159.
Wow, that's like Rip Torn's $1.98 beauty contest.
$159.
So very specific.
It's kind of weird, right?
Right. And then the other one, this was actually in the neighborhood group. And the neighborhood group, as you know, is just a bunch of like negative people who make fun of each other and are rude to each other and everything. Yeah. But this one, this is an exact quote of what the post said, including there was no punctuation. Faucet replacement cost and needed done today, not paying until it's finished with no leaks DM.
I bet they got that done right away.
I bet they did.
I bet they had people jumping up and down wanting to do that.
You seem nice. I want to come work for you.
I know. You sound so pleasant. Does that come with a free glass of lemonade?
Right. Not paying until it's done.
I'm surprised. Not paying until it's done. No crack. If I see crack, you're not getting paid. Yeah. Oh, speaking of crack, I almost had an incident today.
Wally, crack is whack. Just say no.
No, I almost had an incident today.
Jesus.
Well, as you know, I don't eat fast food for the most part. I haven't had fast food or sandwiches out or anything like that. I grabbed a delicious D'Angelo's sandwich today.
You know what? I've had D'Angelo's up in Rhode Island, and they are excellent.
They are excellent. The bread is fucking fantastic. It's a nice, thick, hearty bread. So anyways, I got the sandwich, and I got a basic ham, pepperoni, ham, salami, mortadella, and provolone, basic Italian. And I like hot pepper relish. So I said, double up on that hot pepper relish because I like it. And I also I said, double up on the banana peppers too. I ate half the sandwich. About 45 minutes later,
oh dear,
my gut starts gurgling. It's telling me, and then I'm telling you guys, I had to tighten up like I haven't had to tighten up except that maybe at a Liberace concert. I was tightening up, and because I cannot shit in a public restroom. I just can't.
I bet you could today.
No, I had to travel home. I traveled home. It took me 40 minutes to get home. I really, honestly, I barely got my pants down. I barely got them dropped to the floor before all hellfire broke loose. And I made it just under the wire. And this is something you don't want to happen to you. I was thinking of Chris while I was taking a shit. I was thinking of Chris. How would Chris have handled this?
Probably with toilet paper, Wally.
That's where I was thinking. I was thinking of Chris. Now, this is not a me story. This is a Chris story. This is not my story. But yeah, it was awful close.
Think Chris would have destroyed a public restroom.
You're goddamn right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not me.
I might do it in 5 minutes.
Public restroom.
No, I have problems with it, but you know what? You get to the point where it's like, okay, you going to shit your pants, or are you going to take the chance of getting Hep C? Which one's it going to be? So I take the chance of getting Hep C.
No, I just cannot use a public restroom to take a dump. I guess I'm gonna have to get over it, but
have you considered psychotherapy?
60 years. I'm not 60 plus yet. I'm not sure I'm gonna get over this.
I think you need to hit psychotherapy because I got to tell you, they can talk you out of everything. They could talk me out of cock. Imagine what they could do for you.
If they can talk you out of $75 for 40 minutes,
75.
Talk you out of anything. I don't know what they charge. What do they charge?
$70 for 40 minutes.
How much is it?
Oh, to go to a shrink or me giving head?
Oh. Well, I'll tell you what. If it's 75 for 40 minutes. You're losing money, pal.
Yeah, there was a great line I heard on some show, some Texas show when I was down there listening to the radio, and the guy's on the air says, "What would you rather do? The first 90% of a blowjob or the last 10%?" And it's like, it really gets you thinking, doesn't it?
I don't want the last 10%.
No, I don't either.
Well, and that's the thing. I don't want the first 90 though either. Yeah. You know?
I don't want to be there for the finish.
No, well, that's the thing. That's the quote. Well, I hate to say it, that's the rub. You know, that's just.
Yeah, no, I do not want to be there for the finish. I just don't. No. I mean, maybe if they paid enough, and I was tight on money.
Well, now how much would you charge for the 40 minutes then, Wally?
How much would I charge?
Hold on. Now, is this 40 minutes of head or is this 40 minutes of therapy? I'm still confused.
Well,
then again, I guess head is therapy. I mean,
yeah, but I also think with the head, I think you can get away with tugging most of the time for the head.
Okay.
I don't think you actually have to, suck dick all the way. I think you can. I think there's a lot of just tugging going on. Jess, is that how it goes?
Sure, Wally.
Well, I mean, it's not something I've ever partaken in. I've never done.
You got to remember, the last time Jess gave a blowjob was before we had a black man as president. Okay, so just
Jess,
incorrect.
Can you?
Wow, really?
Oh, whoa!
Wow, hello. Was it during the current administration?
We are not getting into specifics.
I'm just curious. I mean, specifics. A fucking 10-year window isn't specifics.
Look at the sly smile from Jess. She's got a little quirky grin.
Interesting.
Chris in his head is doing the math, trying to figure out who.
Oh, like you would know who. You would not.
Could
know
it have
who.
been? Could it have been? What? So what year was the black man in president? What
up till 16. That was 8 through 16. So I guess that wouldn't be true because she was married. But wait, supposedly you stop giving head when you get married. So maybe I could be wrong.
Now it's interesting.
It is.
Now it's piqued my interest.
So there may have been a head job sometime after the Obama administration.
Jess, we're not talking about like washing somebody's hair, right?
Oh,
when we're talking head.
Okay, never mind.
Oh,
She is
look, Jess
absolutely.
has such a look on her face that
Yes.
says she's a devil girl.
And you know what that look is? That look is, I'm going to take you down to HR. That's what that look is. Okay. That look is, Phyllis wants to see you with a closed door. That's what that look is.
What-
Immediately.
How rough would it be to be an HR person dealing with knuckleheads like us working in a building?
Oh my
That
God.
would be terrible.
20 years ago, I guess it was the end of the Wild Wild West 20 years ago.
Right.
And I'm in Fayetteville and I didn't know many people. I went out for drinks with the HR lady. And what a great name. Her last name was Pac-Man. Go figure that one out.
Mhm.
And me and this woman go out and we're sitting at Chili's and I said something about, my boss. He says, well, I can't, Tom's just going to be out for a couple of days. I said, okay. 2 more margaritas in her. Well, he's, back drinking again. So we had to send him into the fucking home I'm like, oh, really? Yeah, absolutely. He can't stop drinking. I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, it was the end of the Wild Wild West. And today somebody said that to me. I'm pretty sure I'd own the company.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, that
Also,
company would be called Rothulus, not
today,
Cumulus.
everyone in our company works from home alone, and we still have to watch those damn sexual harassment videos every year.
I know how to do it just fine. I don't know why I need to be trained on it.
I know. I'm good at it. You could grade me on it, but
we've all worked with all kinds of people. I gotta say that the women I've worked with are every bit as violating of HR policies as men.
well, keep in mind though, when you are a woman who works in a male-dominated field like radio, you tend to pick up some behaviors to try to fit in.
Yeah, okay. I'll buy that.
You assimilate to what's around you sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Chris throwing out big words.
Well, it's true.
It is true.
And sometimes you assimilate with anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Yeah, that's when I worked at JJS. I started doing crack.
Yeah.
You were assimilating.
I was assimilating into the neighborhood. I started doing crack and stuff like that. I mean, I wanted to fit in.
Hey, I'm Wally on Jam and JS.
Friend, I got to tell you, when I was on the countryside, I was just Wally. But when I was on JJS, I was Wally O.
Hey, everybody, it's Wally O.
I was Wally O.
I told you guys,
Wally.
right? There's a guy on the hip hop station here in Nashville who goes by Dolomite.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh,
Dolomite.
Dolomite.
Yep.
Dolomite.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no. Oh, do you see that? What was it? Oh shit! Who did the for the DNC yesterday? Was it Little
John?
Not Little.
Lil
Who
John.
was it?
Lil John.
Little John. That's so fantastic.
Yeah.
But he was just in Atlanta, wasn't
He was just there for Georgia. Yeah.
That's so fucking fantastic.
I didn't remember. I didn't watch the thing. I've only I've seen video clips from social media. But I didn't remember these conventions being so entertaining.
Well, I think the RNC was not. I think the DNC is.
Has it always been though?
I don't think so. No, in '68 it was a riot. No. It's changed because there's this. I guess they think they got to attract the young people, and the young people like Little John. Or
do the young people know who Little John is? He's from millennial generation.
Yeah, I think not, but I think that I don't know. But you got to admit that Kamala. I like how the Republicans call her Camilla. There's such They're such fucking schlubs. But by the way, what is that? What is that term? I thought of this today. Is it EDI? What is the kind of hire, Chris?
Oh, that would be
DEI.
DEI, yeah.
DEI.
Mhm.
I was thinking the ultimate DEI hire of all time, if anybody was run for president, is Trump's wife. He went out of the country to get her. I mean, come on.
Okay.
She wasn't even a fucking citizen.
I will not be satisfied until we have a lesbian handicap of color in the White House. Okay? That's when.
That's when you think we're a full country.
That's when
legitimate?
finally I'll say, you know what? I've now seen it all. Now I can die. Now I can die. Today's the day.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, I think she could win. I think she could be the next president of the US of A.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a chance in hell.
Now, do you think it's because A, she's a woman, or B, she's black, or a combination thereof?
I think a lot of people are too angry at the last 4 years of Biden, and they're going to take it out on Camilla.
Camilla, I'm better looking than Camilla.
Yeah,
Hear him?
I think
I'm
they're going
better
to.
looking.
Yeah, I think they're going to. I think they're going to do that. They're going to take it out on the Democrat Party, whoever was on top of the ticket. They would take it out on.
That'd be tough. That's what our politics have come. I'm mad, so I'm not voting for her.
Well, I mean, at this point, you look at your options, and yeah, I'd sooner vote for fucking Parker Stevenson at this point than either one that's running. At least he got to fuck Kirstie Alley.
I saw.
And Kirstie Alley said he had a big dick, and we know Trump doesn't.
See, little hands.
I saw, by the way, that Trump doesn't. He is apparently not a fan of the governor of Tennessee, who we also hate in Tennessee.
He's a dick.
Bill Lee, yeah. But if even Trump doesn't like you in your own party, what are you even doing? Trump called him a rhino, Republican in name only, because he was backing somebody different than who Trump wanted to back.
Yeah, that's why he doesn't like anybody who doesn't like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, government. The governor of Maryland
like members of his own family because they don't back him.
No. Bill Lee was backing Trump. He was backing for some other office. He was backing somebody different than who Trump wanted to back.
Oh.
And so Trump was like, Bill Lee, whose opinion matters not at all because he is a rhino, backed this other person.
Trump
Bill Lee, he's a rhino.
He's a rhino, Republican,
and he's somebody who's bad, very bad hombre.
Mm-hmm.
That's who he is.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very bad hombre.
So that makes me wonder who the racists in Tennessee are going to stand behind. Are they going to stand behind Bill Lee, or are they going to stand behind Trump? Like, which asshole do you back in that case?
Can you imagine that? You're a racist and you're not sure who to support.
Which racist should you support?
Do I support?
Yeah,
they got the racist split.
I mean, there's just no good choice. There's just no good choice. I don't know. Like I said, the RFK's worm.
Mm-hmm.
That invaded his brain. That would be a good candidate.
Even RFK, he's fucking going off the rails too.
And when he endorses Trump, that's going to give him more because he's going to drop out and endorse Trump in the next 2 weeks.
Well, So I have read that him and Trump have spoken about old Robert getting a position in the Trump.
Well, RFK will
win.
He will get a cabinet position. There's no doubt about it.
And you know which cabinet position it is? Health. He would be the anti-vaxxer wants to be the head of health, education, and welfare. So fair.
Secretary and healthy.
Yeah, I forget
RFK.
I forget what that's called that he has.
Dysphagia?
Susan Collins has the same thing. Our senator has the same thing.
Dysphagia, isn't it?
What is it called?
Dysphagia or something?
Yeah,
like that?
Yeah, something like that, where your voice it sort of sounds like you're a mono Beatles album that they try to make into stereo.
No, that's phase distortion, not dysphagia.
Oh, is
But
that what that?
that's a good try. I mean, that was good. That's
I got my
yeah.
phases mixed up. Sorry, guys. Jess, what are you doing? You studying? You got a final exam?
I just got a text that says, "This is Pam volunteering with Governor Gavin Newsom."
Oh,
Yes.
good.
Yes, I am a real person texting this, and I hope you'll reply. I'm reaching out as part of an effort to make sure Democratic voters turn out in Tennessee this November. How funny that this came right now, given what we were just talking about. Is there
That
any
was
chance
pretty
you'd
good.
be willing to volunteer at least once this election to help Democrats up and down the ballot? I'll be here waiting for your reply. Thanks, Pam.
Thanks,
Wow.
and go fuck yourself.
It's Pam from The Office. She wants you to help out. Yeah, I'm getting those now too. I'm getting all kinds of fucking text messages from, you make one fucking donation, you did one time, and now I'm getting, I get shit like from it's the governor of here, it's the governor of this.
Right,
state.
like why is somebody who's volunteering with the governor of California
We need your help.
texting me?
Yeah, we need your help. Well, maybe they think Gavin Newsom's a hottie. You're a hottie, Jess. You were just talking about blowjobs. Who knows?
I think you were just talking
God,
about
okay.
blowjobs.
Now I'm hard, both of y'all. Okay.
Chris is going to get a text from Buttigieg, no
Yep.
doubt.
Yep.
Oh, that's good. Speaking of
coming.
blowjobs, let's see.
It's coming. You're
Mhm.
going to get one. Yeah, they're so fucking wackadoodle. These every single election since Obama ran the first time. Every election is, this is the most important election of our time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, dudes. It's just not. It just isn't.
They're all pretty important elections.
Do you guys put any signs up on your yard?
No.
No.
You know, I saw the one in Pennsylvania, though, that I was driving up Route 194, and it looked like a Trump sign, but it said Wu-Tang is for the children.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have never understood the point of putting a bumper sticker on your car or a sign in your yard, because nobody's going to vote the way that you're voting just because they saw your bumper sticker or your yard sign.
But
you
you
think
think break a window?
But you think they're going to turn on WFRE because I see I have that sticker on the car, huh?
Right. Well, that's going to happen. Yeah,
Mhm.
obviously. Also, ratings are accurate when they're good.
Mhm.
Yeah, of course.
Mhm.
If you get good ratings, fucking that shit is good. No one filled out a double book.
Mm-hmm.
No one got 5 books for everybody in the family, and this one mom filled them all out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I worked at Arbitron, on my introductory day there, which I lasted 18 months till I got fired. On my introductory day, they had us, 20 of us in our auditorium. And they're selling to us, this job and how great it's going to be. And then they say, now imagine now, you're working for a company that 90% of its customers get pissed off at them every month. I go, that's a good sales point.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to be part of this. Sounds like the rainbow vacuum.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Like, go get me a fucking Kirby, would you?
Yeah, right. The Kirby. I don't know that they do the Kirby door to door anymore. I at least haven't seen one.
My uncle was a Kirby door to door back in the mid '80s.
Really?
Oh yeah, he came in the house and they had this attachment that you'd have like a filter in, but it had the word Kirby in like a piece of metal. So whenever they vacuum, you would see the dust from your home in the Kirby logo. Okay. So Uncle Pat comes upstairs and like vacuums one of the beds and gets all the, skin out of it. And I'm pretty sure Dad still has it laminated somewhere in the house, the Kirby logo done in skin.
But some of these fucking jobs are just the fucking worst jobs for people to have to do.
Mm-hmm.
They're just horrible. But I'm convinced that the people who have to call and set up those appointments, that job's even worse.
Set up what appointments? The
To have the Kirby guy come to your house.
Oh, yeah.
That's got to be a fucking cold calling people. We'd like to send a guy with a vacuum cleaner to your house. Oh, fantastic.
I've said that
I can't wait.
I don't participate in any of that, like, confirming that I'm going to be at an appointment that I made as an adult and put on my own
Yes.
calendar as
Yeah.
an adult. I don't participate in any of that. My last dentist appointment, they called. I didn't answer. They left me a voicemail. We're just calling to remind you that you have an appointment on Thursday. Please give us a call back. I did not.
Uh-huh.
They texted me, just a reminder, you have an appointment on Thursday. Something to confirm. Whatever. I know I have an appointment
Y
on
or
Thursday.
N.
Yeah.
I get the same one.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, neither do I.
So I show up to the dentist office, and while they're making me fill out all of this paperwork that I have filled out before, my insurance and my address and my blah, 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 I have to sign a form that says, I understand that it is my responsibility to remember my appointments, that they may call and remind me, but that is ultimately my responsibility. And if I don't cancel without, outside of 24 hours and I don't show up, there's a $30 charge.
Nice.
As I'm signing that piece of paper, the woman at the front desk, who, as far as I know, has only worked there since my last appointment, says to me, "Can you confirm your phone number?" And I say it, and she goes, "It's just that we were trying to call you to confirm that you were going to come to your appointment." And I was like, "Yep, I'm here." And she's like, "Because you didn't confirm that you were going to come." And I was like, "Yeah, no, I mean, if I had to call back every single appointment that wanted me to confirm, I would spend my whole workday on the phone instead of doing my job. So I just show up when I'm supposed to." And she goes, "All you have to do is send us a text and say, yes, you'll be there. It doesn't even have to be during business hours." And I'm looking at the form going, I just signed a thing accepting responsibility for remembering my own appointments.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Dude, I had the same thing happen today. I walked into the doctor's office this morning, late because of my phone situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I get in there and it's, "Well, Mr. Roth, your registration didn't go through online." I said, "It's because I didn't do it."
Right. You only get
Says-
so much of my time.
Says, "Well, then you'll need to sit here and do this." And she hands me an iPad, which I just push the continue button about 12 times and sign it and go. So, I mean, I might have been giving my liver to science today. I have no idea.
Right.
Not that anybody would want it after the diabetes, but nonetheless.
So I am the same way as you, Jess. And I get to fucking go to the dentist and they give you all these papers. Has your health changed? This? Have you had that?
Yeah.
Listen, I didn't fucking have HIV last year.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't have HIV.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you may be rooting for me to get the HIV, but I don't have the HIV.
But also, nobody looks at that paperwork between the time you fill it out and the time you go sit in the chair. So please tell me what exactly I'm filling that out for.
But so here's what I've done now, and until they go to the iPad part of it, and they sure when they ask the part about you're responsible and we're going to charge you a fee if you don't show up, I hand write in. If it takes you more than 5 minutes, and I don't write if it takes you, if my appointment begins more than 5 minutes after its scheduled time, you owe me $100. And I write that in.
Brilliant.
And I sign it and I give it to them because they don't look at that shit. They don't look at it at all because fucking every time I go, it's you got to be here by 8:00. Fucking 8:20, you're finally walking in the place because we don't double book. No, you don't double book, but you fucking overbook constantly. And I got the call for. Do you get your dog the heartworm medicine or any of that stuff?
Of course.
Yeah, I don't get my dog the heartworm medicine.
You should. Because first of all,
well, no, not the heartworm. I don't give him I don't get the heartworm test.
But you give him the preventative.
Yeah, the preventative.
Okay.
Because the preventative I can get at Tractor Supply.
I will cancel my lecture then.
The test at the vet is like $130 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
I do have to get the test for my one dog because she was heartworm positive when I got her. Right. And so we got her through that and she's on the preventative now, but that's still a risk. So we have to test and make sure. And my vet will not renew the prescription for the heartworm medication unless I bring her in and test her.
No, you can just go to Tractor Supply and get it. They have but they try to sell you. Last year, they tried to sell me a flu shot for the dog. A fucking flu.
I think you mentioned that. I've never had that.
Ah, they have so many fucking things now, and now because it's part of a national chain, it's still the Lewiston Vet Hospital, but it's a VCA of it's some sort of national group that they have all these upsells now. So many fucking upsells for the things. And I'm bringing in so I have to bring Henry in because he's got the diabetes and it's time for his child care visit. His 3-year visit. And it's October, but I don't want him to see a new vet. I want him to see the same vet he's been having, but she's down to part-time now, only 2 days a week. So it goes to January. We don't have a fucking enough vets in our state. So it's so fucking hard.
I noticed when my dog who passed away a few years ago, she had a brain tumor. And
a brain tumor?
She had a brain tumor, yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't know initially, like she started having seizures. And so we didn't know initially for sure if it was a brain tumor. And so she had a referral to see a neurologist vet to determine that. And in all of Nashville, a metropolitan city like Nashville, and actually a also rural area, has one veterinary neurologist.
Really?
One.
Yeah.
And so what I got the referral and I called in and they said, we are booking 8 weeks out. If I had kept that appointment, my dog would have died before she ever saw the neurologist. As it was, because the neurologist was based out of the emergency vet, I had to take my dog to the emergency vet. And therefore, she got to see the veterinary neurologist in 2 weeks instead of 8 weeks. And that's how we found out she had a brain tumor.
And it cost you 4 times as much.
Yeah, I think after everything was said and done for the whole, the medication that we had her on, and then she had to have an MRI and all of the stuff at the vet, I think I ended up spending about $5,000.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Here, one of the vets, and so this is a farming community. There's milk cows and goats and also Land O'Lakes. We have an egg farm here that produces Land O'Lake eggs, and they're so low on vets. 2 of the 3 vet places closed here. 2 of the 3.
Oh shit!
Because there are just no vets, and the big animal vet. Since we have horses, well, we don't have horses now anymore. The big animal vet is an hour and a half away because there's only 2 big animal vets within driving distance or that are willing to come out here. And the deal is young people are not going into the veterinary sciences. At least that's what they're saying at the vet, that young people are not going into the veterinary sciences, and the ones that are ain't coming to Maine because we're a fucking old state that's not updating ourselves.
Yeah.
Not in my backyard. And then people bitch about what we don't have.
Yeah.
You don't have it because you keep saying, not in my backyard. People fucking want modernization.
Mm-hmm.
They want fucking shit. So if you want to keep young people, because we have a shortage of dentists. We have a college of dentistry here. And
really?
You can't keep dentists. We have a shortage of pharmacists. The New England College University is a pharmacist college, and they don't stay here because the fucking state continues to be old fuckers like me, but not like me. It's not because we're aging. It's because we're aging not gracefully. We're aging like old fuckers who say, "Get off my lawn."
My day, we did it this way, and we liked it.
Right, and it's all right
both ways.
It's right. It's all right to like the old ways, but you got to fucking recognize that there are new ways.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's that fucking it really is that not in my backyard mentality that people have.
I just found out we got an offer on my parents' house. It was a terrible offer because I realized that my parents have only owned the house since 2022. So they have not made a dent in the mortgage.
Right, sure.
And so when you take into account the comps, we listed the house at what was going to be based on the comps that, sold recently in that area. And so what I realized was that if we get exactly the asking price, after I pay this fee and that fee and the realtor commission, we are exactly going to break even. Like we can exactly pay off the mortgage and be done with it. And that's only if we get asking price.
Oof.
So we get this offer for like 10,000 under asking. Plus they want us to give 10,000 in concessions. Plus they want us to pay all of the closing costs. Plus they want all of this stuff.
That's an investor.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just somebody that doesn't have any money that wants to buy a house anyway. And so we countered with, we did some math. We went back and forth. We countered about midway on the price and then said, we're not going to do any of this extra stuff, but we will offer to either pay this commission or this thing. And what we figured out was that we would make $31 on this. And we even explained to the buyer's agent, we're not trying to make a profit on this. This is an elderly couple who can't live alone anymore. We're just trying to break even and get their stuff paid off.
Right.
And the buyer's agent I have to read this because she came back with some manipulative bullshit. She said
she's doing her job.
The buyer is also very limited on what he can do as well, and his funds are limited. He wouldn't be able to pay either of those, the buyer's commission or the closing cost. We'll just have to try to work on the other house across the street. They've already reached out and said that the seller is very willing to do whatever needs to happen to make it work. Sorry, this isn't going to work. I'm like, wait a minute. What's the house across the street? I look it up. It is the exact same house. Room by room, square footage by square footage, the kitchen. It is the exact same house. The only difference is theirs still has the original carpet and it looks pretty nasty. And my parents replaced the carpet with flooring. And I just had to put a new roof on my parents' house. So some more upgrades on the, and one of the bathtubs was replaced with a walk-in shower.
In your parents' house?
In my parents' house, yeah. So my parents' house has all these updates. His house does not have any updates. He's asking $25,000 less than what we're asking.
Holy cow.
Which means he's fucking the whole neighborhood. But there must be something wrong with it because after we countered with that and said, this is the best we can do, and the buyer, that same buyer, kept trying to come back. And what they kept trying to come back with was stuff that would end up costing my parents $12,000 out of pocket. Yeah. And I just was like, no, it's not going to let him go. There must be something wrong with that other house though.
Or the buyer is lying and they're trying to buy both houses for a song.
That could be. That's
what makes me.
But that guy's selling the same house for $25,000 less, which is it undercuts all of the comps in the whole neighborhood.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it does.
Fuck that guy.
Where is that house?
In Texas?
It's in Texas?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which, by the way, that's what I was starting to say. I also found out, there's that period when you get the inspection that you can back out if the inspection isn't.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
In Texas, they have to pay for that time period. The buyer.
Really? They wait?
The buyer has to. So you can choose a 7-day waiting period or a 5-day waiting period or 10 or 14, but you have to pay for that time.
Oh.
which
So you get
in
are they
Tennessee, you
paying
don't have. In Tennessee, you just automatically get that time. Like, here is the window. You have this window to get the inspection done and back out if the inspection says everything is fucked up. In Texas, you can choose the window, but you have to pay for that time.
And I think that's kind of right.
Yeah.
So they just built a couple of duplexes here. They're at the end of our road on the main sort of road, on the high traffic road. So they're it's a mile away, and so it's two duplexes right across from each other, right on the road, a very busy road coming off a hill where wood trucks come down, lumber trucks. They have no lawn. It's all parking. Two bedroom duplexes. Now this is unheard of for here. $1,950 a month for these things. Like
Wow.
I don't know if
For
that's
the whole
expensive
house?
there or not. For half. It's a duplex, so it's a 2-bedroom on one side, 2-bedroom on the other side. They're attached, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking unbelievable. I rented a whole house. We rented our whole house to somebody that was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2.5 acres, $1,200.
Oh, you were
It's
saying the
2024,
1900
Wally.
was high?
It's fucking unbelievably high.
It's 2024 now, by the way.
Yeah.
And
This was 3 years ago. We charged that. It's just fucking people are gouging people.
I had an apartment, best apartment I ever had, was in Raleigh, and it was
nice. City.
Oh God, had a garage. You walked in from the front door or the single car garage. Had a laundry machine, washer, dryer. You know that routine.
Yeah.
Nice kitchen,
laundry machine.
dining room, laundry machine. I know. Dining room, living room, first floor. So it was patio out back, 2 big bedrooms, 2 big bathrooms, and I was paying $725 a month.
The house that I sold last year, townhouse, fenced in backyard, driveway, 2 stories, 2 bedrooms, 1.5 bath, gorgeous screened in back porch. When I moved here in 2013, I was paying $875 a month for it.
Okay, so you've got that. So the people in Raleigh that I used to work for, same company, called me early last year and said, "Hey, you want to come back and run the place?" I said, "I don't know. What kind of money are you thinking?" And, they gave me an offer. It was $25,000, $30,000 more than I made last time I was there. The same apartment in Morrisville, North Carolina, which is right on the border with Raleigh and Cary and all that bullshit together. That same exact apartment was $2,200 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, I was going to say my mortgage, when I bought the place I was renting for $875, my mortgage without any of the, just the mortgage amount itself was like $625 a month or something like that.
Yeah. The only reason we're going to be able to afford a house is because Jenna makes $60,000 a year and has 0 debt.
Mm-hmm.
So you put all of her money towards the house and all of my money towards the bills and shit. And yeah, guess what? We'll be comfortable.
Yeah.
It'll be
Housing
fine.
is such a gouge right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Try being in an it city.
That house in Silver Spring that my dad owns, that I've been in the process of moving my shit out of. He bought it for $270 in 2006, and he's selling it for $555 as is, no inspection.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but then again, I look at houses up here that are $420, $430, and I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah. That's the problem with living that close to a major city too.
Yeah. Because people will commute in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't.
So I'm probably just going to go ahead and move into Nowhereville.
Yeah.
I don't see how a family or anybody can afford to fucking live in a decent place. You want to live in a fucking decent place, right? A decent community, a decent house.
I mean,
fucking people are robbing people.
My house right now it's a little bit bigger than my old house, but because I had to do the mortgage when I did last year, and I got a steal on the interest rate, given the time period, my mortgage doubled when I moved here.
I believe it. I
Yeah.
believe it.
Fucking man.
All right, you guys, I gotta go because I am on a deadline and I still have a shit ton of work to do.
Okay, you go do your shit ton.
All righty.
All right, guys, we'll talk to you next
See
week.
y'all later.
All right.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.